welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is living their best life, and if you're not, please do something today to put you on the path of living your best life. So don't mind how I might look. I just got back home from a whole school and work day, so I might be looking a little busted, but it's okay. I'm a little tired, but it's okay. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing, since you already read from the title, how to stop treating your job like a job and why you should stop treating it like a job. So let's get started. So a lot of times, basically every day, I always hear people talking about how they hate their jobs, they hate their school life, they just hate a lot of stuff. They have so much hatred in their heart or so much unrest in their heart. And that can be outside of jobs, that could be outside of school. You could be starting your own business or something, and you might not like your progress this far because you're like, man, I see all these other people, they're like doing big things. They're like all the way at 10 steps ahead when I'm still stuck on 2, and it's been 2 years, bro. Like, what's going on? You gotta get out of that because you're never going to be revealed whatever else is supposed to be in your path if you're just stuck on that hating blockage or that hating energy. So like, for a job, school, business, whatever you may be working towards or whatever you're working on right now, imagine what you're working on and what you're working towards as a long yellow brick road if you want to go all the way to Dorothy and Autumn. So just imagine it as a yellow brick road. And every single time that you hit a road blockage and you decide to put a brick down there, or you come across a whole patch of cement, and instead of like saying, okay, I'm gonna just do a few bricks to just get across, you decide to pack on more than enough bricks until you have this big wall in front of you. And that wall also contains a mirror, but you choose to just look at the wall. You don't choose to look at the mirror. Stay with me with this. So you're on this yellow brick road, there's this big wall in front of you. You've built it up yourself through whatever experience you may have or whatever this unrest inside of you, and you build that wall up to block you from your end goals. And you build that wall up just based on everyday experiences, just because you are trying to, like, I guess, cope with whatever you're going through. So instead of keeping an eye on that end goal and keeping a clear road on that end goal, you decide to keep on building up all these bricks that block you from that vision, if that makes any sense. So you have a mirror on one of these walls, and then you have just the bricks on this side. So this mirror, you're able to reflect back at yourself, and with a push of a button, you're able to open up a window and see your future goal. But instead of focusing on that mirror/window, you decide to always focus on the bricks around it. You decide to say, man, I can't stand this job because they're giving me this many hours, whether it's a whole lot or whole little. Man, I can't stand this schoolwork because it might not even lead to anything. I might not even get a job. How am I supposed to get internships? Blah, 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 blah. Man, I'm sick of doing this business stuff because it's taking me nowhere. It's getting me nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, you're just focused on all the little bricks. Man, my coworkers were acting crazy today. Man, my manager was acting wild today. They were being mean and all that. Blase, blase. You just keep on focusing on all the negative experiences or on the stuff that you don't want to do, instead of looking through that window and seeing your end goal, understanding why you did what you wanted to do or why you're in that place right now. And that goes back to one of my other videos. I forgot what I titled it, but it was something along the lines where I was telling you to observe where you are right now so then you can actually propel yourself to the future and find gratitude in every moment. It's kind of like that. If you're unable to find gratitude in every moment and look past all the inconveniences in that present moment and actually understand why you decided to do whatever you wanted to do in that moment, like in that past moment, and that's why you're here right now, that's why you're at the job that you don't like right now, that's why you're in school even if you don't like school right now, that's why you're doing a business that might not be going anywhere, you've forgotten why you did it in the first place. And that's actually the first reason, or the first step on how to stop treating your job like a job. So you have to recognize, and I'm just reading off my computer so that I don't like stumble over the words. Why did you want the job to begin with? So go back to a year ago, 2 years ago, months ago, I don't care. Go back to that beginning moment. Do you remember what it felt like to be unemployed? Do you remember what it felt like to not be in school, not have anything going on? Do you remember what it feels like to, before you started your actual business, before you had any clients, whether it's 1 or 1,000? Do you really remember what it felt like? Do you remember the excitement that you had once you actually started what you're in now and what you hate now? Do you remember? You need to reflect and go back inside yourself and actually remember what it felt like when you didn't have what you have right now. Okay? So like, take a job for instance. You've been at this job for 5 years, let's say. And you've been working, you've been doing really good, you've been going up on the ladder, but one day you just sit down and say, man, I hate this job. And instead of reflecting on the end goal or whatever you needed from this opportunity, you decide to just dwell in that feeling of, man, I just hate this job. That's not going to get you anywhere, honey. I'm sorry to tell you this. Actually, I'm not sorry to tell you this. You needed to hear this. It's not going to get you anywhere if you're over here sitting complaining about where you're at. Remember why you had to do this in the first place. Remember why you were here in the first place, okay? Instead of just reflecting and being all mopey and dopey about it, understand why you had to do this in the first place. And when you go back to that moment of why, in a sense, it kind of humbles you. Because I feel like the issue is when we can keep on complaining about where we are right now, whether that's in school, whether that's in a job, wherever that may be, we can keep on forgetting where we started off with, and I guess pride takes over, and we're not able to be humble and just reflect and be like, wow, I really got it good. Wow, I actually have a job that can help me pay my bills. Wow, I actually go to school and I might be setting myself up for opportunities in the future that wouldn't have been available to me if I didn't go to school. Wow, I don't know, I'm starting this business up, and who knows what it might look like in 10 years. You know, I'm actually doing something for myself, and I'm starting something for myself. And yeah, even if it's slow right now, what will it look like in 10 years? You know? And when you go back to that space where you actually begin, you're able to find so much peace in where you are right now. And then even if, yeah, you can't hate your job, and you can be like, this is not the place for me. Okay, you already established that once. You don't have to dwell on it. Let it go. You already established you don't like where you are right now. Go back to that space where you're like, okay, I needed this job to help me pay my bills. My bills are paid. What's the next step? Instead of dwelling on that situation, instead of being mad about it and crying about it, be like, okay, I understand that I am where I am right now because my past self needed me to be here, because my past self was struggling, and when my past self finally got this job, they were mad happy. I bet most of y'all, I know for me at least, when I got my job and when I got to school and everything, I was mad happy because, bro, I had nothing going on. I had nothing going on. So when I actually had something going on, I felt good about myself. You can admit. You will feel good about yourself when you finally get what you've been searching for years probably, or months or weeks, or however long it took you to find your job, or find your school, or find whatever it is that you started. And when you actually go back to that and you're like, wow, I'm really happy. Like, I remember the time when I first got my job and I was super ecstatic. I was like, yay, I'm not gonna be broke anymore. Even if your job or the bills that you have are eating up all the money from that you make at your job and you're still kind of broke or whatever, it could be worse. You could be without a job and a homeless or something. Like, I don't know what to tell you. You could be struggling, okay? But you're not. And even if you're in the space right now where you are struggling, look back at your past self. What did your past self do to set you up for where you are right now? If you don't like what your past self did, say, I don't like what you did, but I forgive you, and move on. Start looking at other steps. And that brings me on to my second point. So my second point is, what opportunities can come from this experience? I guess I can use school as an example. So for the past couple of weeks, honestly, or past couple of months, probably since I started school, I think like this is like the experience for most college students. When you first get out of high school and then you just started school or started college, you're very confused on what exactly you're doing. You don't know. You're like, what can this lead to? Especially if you come from a family where not that many people have graduated college, or they don't have a college experience to share. So like, for example, for my family, my parents, they never like graduated college. Like my dad, he went to trade school and he graduated that. But my mom didn't graduate college like that. Like she went back on and off, but like she didn't like graduate, so she couldn't really tell me her experience or her ability to get a job after that. Both of them are doing really well now without like a college degree and all that stuff, but I don't really have anything to go back on, you know, especially for like a job security sense, you feel me? So with that being said, I was questioning like, okay, why am I here in the first place? Why am I struggling with this homework? Not even struggling, or why am I bothering with this homework and all that stuff? But I could be trying to just do other stuff like build a business, pursue YouTube. Well, not even pursue YouTube full time, but like build a business, build an online presence, build this, build that, build an actual physical place of business, you know, just start building all that. Why am I even focused on school right now? So I was talking to my parents the other day, and they just told me to like keep on my path, get my degree, and you never know what opportunities might come from it, you know? So even if my brain is only on business, strictly business, I could be networking with some really great people that I'm going to be working with in the future, and I just don't know that right now. My future self knows that, but I don't know that right now in this present moment. So you never know who I might meet on that college campus. You never know who I might meet at my job. You never know who I might meet in class. You never know when I go to one of these internship fairs, who I might intern with. I might be talking to a CEO or something. We might be partners on something in the future. You never know what opportunities can come from this job. And some of y'all actually do. Some of y'all have done your due diligence. Y'all know exactly where y'all want to go. Y'all know the steps y'all want to take. It's just not happening fast enough for you. But I'm here to tell you, everything happens in perfect timing. You just have to let go and allow it to happen. If you're so focused on everything happening in the timing that you want, nothing's going to ever get done. Nothing's going to ever get done because you're so focused on it being completed at a certain time that you're stressing yourself out and you're building this resistance against whatever it is that you're wanting to attract into your life. And you don't even have to be a believer of law of attraction. You don't have to be a believer in none of that. You don't have to be a believer in religions. I don't care. That's just something that you can observe in regular life. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please comment down below if I'm wrong. You know, like when you see somebody stressing out over something, and then they're like, man, this should happen at this time, this should happen at that time, and then something finally, like you could see on the outside because you're not inside their body, you can see from the outside looking into their little world that all that they want is actually attracting to them, but they're still frustrated because they're not where they want to be yet. Bro, let it go. Everything's gonna happen when it needs to happen, and not a second sooner. Okay? You're gonna have to let all that like resistance and all that stress go. Let it go. Because nothing's gonna come to you when you're always in that mindset of, man, I never got this. Man, this ain't happening fast enough for me. Ain't nobody care. Nobody cares. You could tell anybody, they'll be fake caring. I swear. They'll be fake caring if you're over here complaining about what you do not or what you do have in your life. They're gonna be like, bro, I have my own problems. Like, you telling me this, why? Why? Even those with empathy. Like, I'm a very empathetic person, and I really care about people, and I really want people to feel better about themselves. But if you're always just coming to me with complaints about stuff, or about how something is never happening for you, I will try to encourage you and tell you my little mindset about it, and try to also listen to yours and not even find issues in your plot of, or issues in your story, but just like try to help you and try to work with you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do or nothing. But if I've done all that I can and been as empathetic as much as I can, and you still acting dumb and you're still being ungrateful for what you have and what so many other people out there are fighting for, and you're just over here complaining, saying, man, I'm not where I need to be yet. Bro, you're getting cut off. Bye. I'm not dealing with that. That's not a fun energy to be around. And it's not even about having a fun energy. It's just about, like, if you're ungrateful about where you are right now, it doesn't matter where you're gonna go. It doesn't matter how far you're gonna get. I don't even care. It doesn't matter if money is your thing. It doesn't matter if you're a whole billionaire. If travel is your thing, it doesn't matter if you travel to 50 countries, all the countries around the world or some stuff, every single continent, everything. It don't matter. Wherever you are or wherever you end up, you'll never be happy because you're not content in your present moment. You'll always find something to complain about and always find something to say, well, I'm not where I need to be yet. Like, bro, if you don't get out my face, I'm sorry. But, like, nobody likes that. Nobody likes that. So you're going to have to just look at your past self, be like, okay, I am here because I needed this for this, that, and the third, and I was grateful when I finally got it. And then you look in your present moment and be like, okay, so I understand why I did it, but why am I still doing it? And then you start thinking, well, maybe this could happen, maybe this could happen. You start building hope, and you start building that little butterfly feeling of like excitement and be like, oh my gosh, new opportunity is so exciting. You start seeing like future possibilities for yourself. And then going on to my third little tip of stop treating your job like a job, I said, what are you working towards? So that goes hand in hand with the opportunities. And also that kind of like collides the first tip, which is why did you want the job to begin with, and the second, what opportunities can come from this experience, or the two questions put together and kind of working like side by side, I guess, or just mixing together. So what are you working towards? In the past, we understand that we were probably working towards being able to pay this bill, being able to save up for this, being able to do that and this, whatever may have you, okay? We understand that you were probably going after whatever you needed to go after, so then you can have some sort of financial stability in the topic of jobs, or you should have like some type of stability in your future, have something to do, I don't know, whatever it may be. You understand why you did what you did for the past self that led you to this present moment, and then you understand, or you can start to see or start to imagine different opportunities that can come from this experience, different people that you can network with, different ideas or different things that you can gain from this experience, and you're able to start seeing like an actual future for it. So on this third one, you need to ask yourself, what am I working towards? So if it's school, go past the degree, because the degree might not be enough motivation for you. Be like, okay, after I get my degree, what can I do with this? Or after I am going through college and get a degree and everything, what can I do during the internships that might push me a little forward, might get me a little bit ahead of the game? What can I see that will put myself a little bit ahead of the game? For a job, okay, I've been here for 5 years, I'm moving my way up. What can I see that can come from this? Or what can I work towards to get me even further? Like, what is a big goal? And in a sense, you can kind of pretend that you are that past self that needed that job in the first place, or that past self that needed that school opportunity in the first place. And you can just look back in that and actually have like a full circle moment, kind of. So you'll just go back to that state, or go back to that state of mind and be like imagining everything and being, okay, I can probably do this with that, I can probably do that, blase. I'm gonna apply to this, I'm gonna apply to that. You know, just kind of like a little whimsy type of thing. Or you can, I guess you can transform whatever stress you may have into creativity. That's the best thing though. Like, whatever stress that you may feel from school, work, whatever it may have you, try to transform that stress into creativity. Reflect on that stress and understand why it's there, yes, and be grateful for that, because it's going to lead you to something greater, you know? You don't have to dwell in it. What messes people up is that they dwell in their hatred for something, or they dwell in their discomfort in something, that they're not able to see past it, or they're not able to see God's plan for whatever is meant for you. So yeah, just ask yourself, what am I working towards? If it's to be a manager, if it's to be a COO, I don't care. Whatever it is, wherever you see yourself going in the future, continue working towards that, and don't lose that excitement. Go back to that past self when they finally got that job. Go back to your past self when you finally got accepted to that college. Go back to your past self when you finally got your LLC, when you finally opened up that business, when you finally set up that little website. Go back to that past self and feel that excitement that you felt in the beginning, and keep that excitement throughout, because that's the only way you're going to remain grounded and remain humble in whatever you go to. Don't let pride get ahead of you, and don't let pride consume you to the point where you actually feel hatred for something that you prayed for, you begged for, you wished for, hoped for in the past, and now you finally have it. So don't let pride crowd that, okay? Feel that excitement that you did in the past. And if it's hard for you to do that right now because you feel stressed, set up a game plan. Be like, okay, I feel this stress. Thank you. Let's move on. Don't sit in it, okay? I know that this video was probably a little bit all over the place, but honestly, I just felt like ranting about that, because I'm no better than anybody. Like, I felt this type of thing before multiple times, so I feel comfortable to speak on it. But I've also seen people all over the place, or just observe, because I'm a very quiet person. If y'all meet me in real life, y'all know I'm a very quiet person. I'm just sitting there looking like this the whole time. I'm not even kidding. Like, I don't talk. I'm just like this. Like, I won't be staring at you, but I can hear everything that's going on around me. Best believe that. I'm listening to everything that's going on around me. I'm observing everything that's going on around me. And I'm not sick of it, because I understand that that's their experience and they have the right to do whatever they want. But let's be better, guys. Let's stop complaining about where we are right now. Let's sit in that feeling, say thank you for that feeling, and move on and create different steps. Let's remember what it felt like to be excited about something and carry that within us forever. And let's never forget where we came from, or let's never forget where we are right now, because you don't know where you're going to go for the future. But when you let go and allow that vision to come to you, you'll always see. Again, just like that yellow brick road. If you look through that mirror, you're going to be able to see that end goal. Yeah, it might not be a fully clear picture. Yeah, you might not know how to get there, but just the ability to take yourself away from that brick wall and just look through that mirror and really see your end goal, you'll be able to do whatever you need to do in this life. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope that you guys learned something from this video. If you guys need a little bit more condensed version, or a little bit more, I guess, not simplified, but like more detailed version, a more consistent version, because I know that when it comes to me, my mind is like this whenever I talk, and I don't work with a script or nothing. But if you guys need me to write a script, because I do feel that I'm a good writer, so I'll be able to write down how to stop doing this and actually make a video on it, just in case you guys aren't able to follow me, or y'all not into these like 30-minute long videos of me just constantly like going up and down, trying to stay on topic, but still just presenting however the Lord wants to flow through me, I guess. Well, if y'all need that, please comment down below. I'm here to help y'all. That's my life's purpose, to help other people, honestly, to observe my situation, of course, build myself up, but also build other people up. Because what's the point of me building myself up and me becoming a better person, me following or living my best life and ain't nobody else around me living it. That don't make no sense. That's stupid. Anyway, with that being said, you already know I feel like a new person with these nails, I swear. With that being said, I hope everybody is living their best life. Have a great day, and peace, love, and light to you all.